Today we're shining a light on something that doesn't get talked about enough: the real struggles moms face after bringing a new life into the world. We live in a culture that celebrates the baby, but often forgets about the mother. And the truth is, moms aren't meant to do this alone. With 1 in 5 women experiencing postpartum depression and over 60% of moms feeling isolated in early motherhood, it's clear the support system is what's broken, not motherhood itself. Our guest today is on a mission to rebuild the village every mom deserves and to remind women that they are never alone on this journey. Joining me right now is Carly Church. Hello, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. So tell me, what inspired you to write your book?
Really, it came from my journey of motherhood, my postpartum anxiety, 3 kids under this certain age of, it creates chaos, right? And so it came from my desire to be a part of a village of support. And honestly, everything I'm building is based on, I just wish I knew this. I just wish I knew this and this and this and this. And like, I want to be able to share with the world all the things I wish I would have known, all the resources I wish I would have had to make my journey just that much easier.
Right. And I love the title. It's hard. I can only imagine. I'm not a mother myself, but I could definitely only imagine.
Yeah.
But the title, I love it. We got you, mama.
We got you, mama.
That support. We got you.
So it's basically, motherhood doesn't come with a manual, right? And they say, trust this person or trust your instinct or, just ask your doctor, right? But we're not always receiving the best information.
Definitely.
How many moms are Googling at 3 a.m. while feeding, babies crying, looking for answers?
Yeah.
And I think it's important to find a village of support, to find resources, people you can trust and rely on to give you really awesome supportive information and the ability to reach out to those experts to be like, hey, I had a question about this. And so I'm building this platform to support moms in every age and stage. When you're a mom for life, right?
For real, yes.
You might be trying to figure out how to kick your adult child out of the basement, right? Or you might be raising teens and you have a baby on your hip. And so the support needs to be there for all the moms in every stage. And so I'm starting with that first year, early postpartum, where it all begins.
And this is your first book?
It's my first book.
Wow, congratulations.
First of many to come. So this is the first of the series. It's going to start with that early postpartum stage, that first couple years of, raising a little or littles. And we're going to move into toddlers and teens. I'm raising a teen right now. My oldest is 14, and I also have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old. And so you leave that space of like the mommy and me classes. Yeah. And you're like, but what about this preteen is driving me nuts. What do I do here? And this one's just finishing kindergarten and thinks she's a preteen.
Right, exactly.
And finding answers and support through all that.
Amazing. Yeah. And then what would you say for people out there who don't understand what postpartum is? How could you try to describe that?
So postpartum is every single mother. So whether you're early postpartum, postpartum is the stage after you have a child. So after you have a baby, after you have children, you are forever postpartum, right? So the early postpartum stages are often faced with a lot of challenges and overwhelm because our brain is literally being rewired. We're rewired. Our brain is rewired, but yet we're supposed to just hit the ground running, do all the things, breastfeed like a goddess while going back to work, while still bleeding out, while still, we're normalizing peeing our pants while exercising. You know what I mean? And none of that is normal. There's support and there's answers and there's science and there's, all the things that that we really deserve.
Definitely.
As women and as mothers, we deserve more support. We used to raise our littles in villages and aunts and uncles and grandparents and cousins, right? So back in the day, we were born and bred to be raised with the amount of support containing our whole neighborhood, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
And so now we're expected to do it alone, right? And so the idea behind We Got You Mama's mission is really a global movement to help mothers find a village.
Find a village, because you really do need that support.
Yeah, whether it's here in We Got You Mama, whether it's in their own community, whether it's a supportive group online, but finding that village, because we're not being raised in one anymore with grandma cooking and your aunt taking the babies, and we were brought up, and then the child itself was brought up to thrive in an environment of having multiple care surrounding them. And we just don't have that anymore.
I'm glad that you're providing that type
Yeah.
of support system for these mothers.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And how can we get the book?
So you can go online, you can go to my website, wegotyouMama.com. That domain is mine, so just simple, wegotyouMama, M-A-M-A. I know there's different ways to spell it.
Yeah.
But you can go to wegotyouMama.com, you can find lots of resources, you can find my book, you can find courses, you can find freebies. I'm really building this to be a massive platform to support all the moms and everything that we go through and everything that needs that extra support.
Well, thank
we
you
all
for doing
need
that.
support.
We all need
we
the
just are
support.
all in it, you know.
all need it.
And we all know a mom, right?
Exactly.
We all have a mom, right? So whether they're sisters, cousins, aunts, this is honestly for every single mom, woman, father, uncle, grandpa out
could all
there,
benefit.
because you can find ways in this to support a mother. And when we support a mother, girl, that's when
When all the
changes.
magic happens, right?
That's when we change the world,
There we
right?
go.
When we support the one that holds it all together,
Definitely.
that's when the world changes for the better.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining me
Thanks
today.
for having
Riley.
me.
Of course,
Appreciate
definitely. And we'll be right back.
When the island speaks.
Tiki bar.
Water slides.
Big